everyone, my name is Gibson and I'm a passionate industry influencer and change maker. I have a great passion for this industry and today I'm so excited that I get to speak with all of you on another passion of mine, which is mindfulness. Now, according to the dictionary definition, mindfulness is the quality or state of being conscious or aware of something. It can also be considered a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment, while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations, which is often used as a therapeutic technique. Now, because of this definition, a lot of people think mindfulness means being perfect, being absolutely zen, and completely balanced. But that isn't true at all. Mindfulness means you need to be present in whatever situation is presented to you. And this can be really hard given our very busy lifestyles. So whether that situation is the kids screaming at the back of the car, being stuck in traffic on a way from the suburbs to your favorite product training, while you're cooking dinner, or even when you're giving one of your best skin treatments, mindfulness means that you are focused and engaged on whatever you are doing holistically. So that's mind, body, and soul. Now, we're in the industry of giving, yet how often do we pause and really give back to ourselves? Pause to connect with our thoughts and with our breath. Now, the power of breath and mindfulness allows you to recenter so that we actually can give back to others in the form of touch. Mindfulness is a practice and it really works. It increases immunity, sleep, and happiness, and it's been known to lower stress and cortisol, as well as many symptoms that are associated with disease. And it makes you a happier, healthier version of yourself. It also increases relationships with others. If you're working in a team and you are a happier, healthier version of yourself, this improves your team dynamics. And ultimately, we all need each other and we need each other on good terms. We're in one of the most connected and changing worlds we have ever been in, yet we're more chaotic. Every day we are served so much content, emails, WhatsApps, social media notifications, and even more so now with the pandemic that is happening around the world. So the need to pause and be mindful is more and more relevant each day. However, there is a difference between being mindful and resting. Resting is considered a time to recharge and is very much needed. However, it does not mean sticking your head in the sand and hoping that after lockdown, our businesses will all go back to normal. In fact, our businesses will never be normal, and it won't be business as usual, it will be business as unusual. So thinking now about your business plans and planning for your new normal is going to be extremely important. So take a day or two to rest, learn how to cook your favorite meal, and connect with your kids. Create a mindful practice to allow a space and capacity each day so that you can plan your new normal now and then execute your plans once we reopen our businesses. Mindfulness allows us to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And this is really what allows for that growth and transformation. I just want to repeat those three words. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. We have learned behaviors from our upbringings and our past, and we often rely on this to assist us in making judgment calls or decisions, but it can be to our detriment. So we need to unlearn old habits and the way of doing things that are no longer serving us, and we need to relearn the new normal or the new way of forging ahead. Especially given that the rate of change is faster than the rates of acquiring knowledge, the ability to be self-agile and go through this learning curve of learning, unlearning, and relearning is extremely critical. But we need to be where we are right now. And sometimes our mind wanders, but that's okay. There's a famous Harvard research that has proved that our mind wanders 47% of the time. Half of our time is a wandering mind. And it's what you do with that wandering mind that actually makes all the difference. How do you pay attention to that wonder? How do you look for a pattern that comes up when your mind wanders? And can you connect that wandering mind to curiosity? The mind is ultimately a muscle, so training the mind is like exercising the body. If you want to run a marathon, you need to create a training plan and stick to it, with each day building up towards that plan. Mindfulness is exactly the same. You need to create a plan, start off slowly, build capacity, and stick to it. Studies on neuroplasticity show that an increased or repeated practice actually grows the brain, which expands your cortical thinking. Now there's a saying, what you practice grows stronger. So you need to focus on the right stuff. Leave the frustration and anger, the annoyance and judgment alone. Otherwise, that's what you start to grow. I think you need to ask yourself a question. What is it that you want to grow? Is it grace, energetic influence, positivity? Because what you focus your spare time on is what is ultimately brought into your daily life. Now, a question that I'm asked on a regular basis is, how can mindfulness be applied to our industry? Well, not only is this a great practice to share with your clients before or after doing a treatment by doing a few simple breath exercises that I will share with you a little bit later or in the next session, but there's also a connection between mindfulness, stress reduction, and aging. Now, this is something I find fascinating, and this information can be found in a variety of journal articles from around the world. More recently, I came across a journal article that spoke to the fact that mindfulness can indirectly slow down the aging process. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking, how is this possible? Well, as you're aware, stress, and even more so chronic stress, causes an array of symptoms in the body. Stress is something we can never get rid of, but how we control our responses and how our body responds to stress is something we can control. So respond instead of react. Now, inflammation is one of the most common reactions of a stressed body. This constant inflammation causes a variety of diseases in the body, but it also decreases the barrier function of the skin, which leads to dehydration, eczema, and sometimes even psoriasis, which also leads to inflammaging, which is when inflammation and aging is teamed up, causing your aging process to speed up. Now, our telomeres, which are the little caps on the ends of chromosomes, determine the longevity of our cells. In other words, how our cells and skin ages. They determine how long our cells live for, how they behave, and how they start to misbehave. And that's the problem. Because when your body's under chronic stress, these telomeres become damaged, which means they shorten and the longevity of the cell is affected, which speeds up the aging process. And this is often why people say stress causes aging. And while we can use fantastic skincare products to prevent and fight the signs of aging topically, we do need to realize that our lifestyle and exposome impact our aging too, and stress being one of the biggest factors impacting our lifestyle. So if we have a practice we can do 3 times a week, eventually daily, such as mindfulness, we can reduce stress, which in turn can internally prevent the shortening of the telomeres and therefore ensure the quality of the longevity of our skin cells, preventing aging. How amazing is that? Simply by doing a stress-reducing practice, it slows down your aging.